In 2005, I went to the ministerial training school. And then after that, I got assigned from where I grew up in Long Island, New York, to the potato farms of Wisconsin in a little town called Anago. I spent 3 years there, and then I went to the Amish country. I spent 6 years in an even smaller town called Neilsville, and then I spent 3 years in Wausau, little city. And that experience was amazing because that's where Jehovah gave me my training. I learned a lot about myself. Jehovah rubbed off a lot of the rough edges. I learned about faith because in those assignments, I saw Jehovah always provide me work, places to live in areas where sometimes there weren't. And I saw some of my Bible students progress to baptism, and I made friendships that will last forever.
It's at this point in the conversation where I'm really starting to dislike this Christopher Kitts character. There seems to be so much false modesty laced into his narrative and the way he expresses himself. He's constantly saying things that are clearly intended to promote him as being somehow special. He talks about Jehovah training him when he was on one of his assignments, a bit like, I guess, Yoda training Luke Skywalker. That's what I'm imagining. So Jehovah specifically trained Christopher Kitts. I'm Christopher Kitts, and I've been trained by Jehovah. He talks about Jehovah knocking off his rough edges, implying that he no longer has any rough edges. He's been refined by Jehovah early on in his theocratic career. And he also makes the bold claim that Jehovah has always, or at least during his assignment, Jehovah sorted him out with employment in a part of the world where employment was hard to come by, and Jehovah sorted him out with housing. What are you supposed to think if you're watching this story, if you're watching the inside story as a Jehovah's Witness who's just lost their job, or who has been out of work for some time and is struggling to find a new job? What are you supposed to think if you're watching this video as a homeless Jehovah's Witness, or as a Jehovah's Witness in a developing country who is living in squalor, who cannot find adequate housing? And then this character called Christopher Kitts swans along and says, oh, well, I'm special. Jehovah sorted me out with employment and housing because I'm Christopher Kitts. I've been trained by Jehovah, and Jehovah's knocked off all of my rough edges.